Hi, teachers. It's me, Teacher Lance, and today I'll be teaching you how to teach young learners online. So here are my tips. So if ever magsa-start kayo for ESL, I have here some tips kasi I think this one's very overlooked. Yung mga tips na ibibigay ko sa inyo on how to survive your sometimes 25 minutes, di ba? So how to survive your 25 minutes um span ng pagtuturo mo. At depende pa to sa iba't ibang learners. Okay, so today let's learn about this. All right. Present natin siya. Okay, so yeah. All right, so here are some tips na for sure you will really learn and na-experience ko na to. And I think most of us, lalo na sa mga beginners sa ESL, for sure, masyashock kayo, magpapanik kayo inside. Kasi habang nasa harap kayo ng cam, nagpapanik kayo sa loob kasi ganito yung ginawa or hindi nakikinig yung bata or umaalis-alis yung bata. So I've encountered a lot of that during my employment sa Poly English and sa hopefully ngayon naman sa Lingo Star. So let's dive in for the tips for teaching young learners online. All right, so first off, you need to create a welcoming routine. Kailangan memorize mo, syempre, yung hello song mo. And yung parang yung wave time or kamustahan time. So, yan yung kailangan ma-feel ng bata na welcome siya sa classroom mo and you're good friends. Magko-connect ka kagad sa kanya. Hindi yung pwede yung aloof siya, aloof ka din. Hindi. Ikaw ang mag initiate na magsalita siya, mag-wave siya, hindi ka mahirapan, okay, to build a rapport. Ako nakakaya ko, hindi lang sa pag-ano, no, pero nakakaya ko mag-build ng rapport within just give me 15 seconds, mabibuild ko na siya. Okay, so kasi may mga strategies na dapat mong gawin. Like, hello, kakamusta ka, um, how are you today, like that. And then, um, are you feeling happy? If you're feeling happy, do this one. Or do this one if you're feeling happy. At papasunodin mo siya. Kailangan mong connect. Okay. At pasunodin mo siya. Okay lang yan kahit funny, kahit magmukha ka na dyang aning-aning. But then, just make sure na appropriate naman ang ipapaano mo sa kanya, di ba? At creative. Yun. So, you have to start each class with, consistent dapat yan. Tuwing nag-enroll siya sa'yo, ganun pa rin, ganun pa rin, ganun pa. Hindi ka magbabago. So, yun. So, you can also use visual schedules like pictures to show the flow of the lessons. Okay. So, pangalawang tip is to keep your lessons short and active. Sa mga edad na to, ages, may ano pa nga ako eh, 2 years old to 4. Ganyan. So, pag 7, ano na, kaya niya na yung makaupo, kaya niya na yan. Gets niya na yan, yung ganon. But, ang crucial talaga is 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. Yan talaga yung kulit era nila. So, you have to also be attentive, kailangan mo ring um, makakonect ka agad sa kanila kasi if hindi, what will happen? Attention span nila ay short lang. Okay, so kailangan makuha mo kagad sila, mahook kagad sila. So I've encountered a lot of students that are shy, active, maldita, lahat na. But then, it's on you, on the teacher. Kailangan mong mag-evolve, kailangan mong mag-adjust to be someone na kakailanganin ng bata or para mag-connect kayo. So, dahil ang attention span nila is super short, okay? You can have, kailangan ma-hook mo siya by activities na makakapagpa-active sa kanya. If medyo mahiyain siya, um, you can use singing or parang may actions, ganyan, para mag-warm up man lang siya. And very important in an online class is to use TPR, Total Physical Response. Okay? Big gestures, pag sabihin mong, wow, it's a big elephant. Gumanon ka lang, di ba? Ano pansin nyo? Big It's a big elephant. Okay. But if you use TPR, you can say it's a big, gaganon ka. Big. Pwedeng ganon, di ba? Big elephant, small elephant. Can you hear me? Gaganon ka. Okay, so very important TPR kasi not all of them can understand um fluently ng ano, I mean, can speak and understand English. So kailangan mo ng to TPR talaga. So if you want, you can print also some ears, some hands, yung parang stop or shh, pwedeng ganun or um any visual aids na pwedeng mong mapasunod siya. May action din doon sa visual aids. You can do that as well. So, pang-tatlo, don't forget to use props and visual generously. Okay? So, wag kang matakot na i-relate yung lesson mo to props. For example, you're talking about dinosaurs and may dinosaur eggs ka, may eggs ka dyan. Ako meron ako nun. Eggs ka dyan. Ang hilig nila ng surprises. Ng batang yan, it's little bit, kailangan niya ng pampahikayat. So, ang egg, lalagyan mo ng something sa loob. Let's say, a little dino or a little duckling siya. Ilagay mo siya sa surprise egg and then papiliin mo siya ng mga eggs ng iba't ibang kulay. And then you can show it to her. Talagang may encourage talaga siya. Okay, so always use your props and visual aids. Meron din akong puppets, bears, mga ganyan. Always din kapag gagawa ka rin or hahanap ka ng visual aids related to your topic. For example, you're talking about toys, you get some toys, di ba? Introduce mo sa kanya yung mga iba't ibang toys. If you're talking about fruits, kuha ka din ng mga props na may fruits. So that's it for number 4. I'm sure this is very important to make it interactive. Wag naman yung matutulog na yung bata. Okay? And then nakikita mo nang matutulog na yung bata, you're not doing anything about it. Okay? Ang teacher, you have to quick-minded, di ba? Yung talagang mabilis kang ting, ipak mo talagang iisip ka kagad ng um, ideas na appropriate sa bata. Okay, so you can call their name often and ask them to do something. For example, you're teaching about the parts of the body, or just point, 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 point your eyes. Gaganon ka. Papaanohin mo rin siya. Point, 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 point your nose. Ganon naman. So, just quick games para maririka po. Kailangan mo rin, alangan naman, di ba, magpapapoint ka ng body parts, pero yung lesson mo is about, it's about farm or farm animals, di ba? Hindi naman siya appropriate. So, always integrate it or pwede mo siyang ma-integrate, but huwag ka nang lumayo. Ganun. Kasi dadami na mabobombarded na yung bata ng information. Eh, yung level nila sa English is medyo low pa talaga. Okay, so you can also, ito ginawa ko tong quick games ng find something kasi sa internal, alam mo yung panic sa loob mo na, oh no, may ano pa, may 10 minutes pa natapos ko na yung slides. Ano pa pagawa ko? So, saktong-sakto yung topic namin is about toys. Ayun, tsaka colors. Ayun, pinahanap ko siya. Pina-find something ko siya sa bahay nila. Okay, find something. Red. Ayun, hanap siya ng red. Show niya sa kay teacher sa screen. Ganun lang. So, for 5 to 7 minutes, nagawa namin yun. Lalo na, matagal siyang maghanap. So, naubos yung oras din, di ba? Natawid mo yung natitirang 10 minutes. And may relate siya, extension siya sa lesson topic mo. Okay, and also you can use this. What's missing? May mga flashcards ka. Palagi ka dapat may plan B sa utak mo. Kasi kapag yung 25 minutes, bayad nila yun. Hindi ka pwedeng magsabi na goodbye na. May 10 minutes. May hindi. Kasi binayaran nila yung 25 minutes mo. So you have to think of something na kapag natapos to, ano ipapagawa ko? Ganyan. Or pag nagsobra to, anong mangyayari? So you have to really be quick-minded ba? Ganyan. Ng Bisaya. Alright, so Simon says, pwede ka din. Kapag matatanda na or mga ano na, 7 years old, 8 years old, pwede kang magpa-Simon Says. Maintindihan na nila to. Encourage them to use chat. Okay, pwede kang typing sa mga nasa grade 6 na ganyan ng level, pwede na. Drawing tools, stickers, or if your platform allows. Okay? So sa Poly English, pwede doon mag-chat. I mean, hindi pala chat, type. Pwede doon mag-draw. Okay? Pero yung stickers, si teacher lang talaga makakapag-navigate. So for the fifth one, use songs, rhymes, and chants, especially kapag batang-bata, baby. For example, 2 years old, 3 years old, you have to incorporate music to them kasi yun lang yung makakapagpa-help sa memory nila. Mareremember nila yung lesson. So, yan yung ginagawa ng, sa Poly, meron doon kanta sa ganyang level. Yung butterfly, butterfly, butterfly. Ang ginagawa ko, papakantayin namin. And then may action din, gagano din ako. Butterfly, butterfly, butterfly. Para hindi niya lang kinakanta, he can also remember the action. Pag sabihin ganito, butterfly. Okay, so ganun. You have to be creative and lawakan mo yung isip mo. Ako nga, gumagawa lang ako ng music, ng kanta eh. Gumagawa-gawa lang ako eh. Binibigyan ko lang ng tono. Pero, di ba? Pwede mo siyang lagyan ng tono-tono lang. Basta wag ka lang mapapahiya din. Okay, so choose songs with repetitive, simple language and action. So, pwede yun, yung point, point, point. Po-point mo yung eyes. Ganyan. Balagyan mo lang siya ng lyric. And chants. So, ito, uso to sa ano, sa mga grade 4, 5, 6 na may chants na sila. And then, medyo mahihirap na yung words nila na ginagamit. Okay. So, build positive behavior gently. Okay. You can be creative. You're a teacher, right? So, you have to be creative in making reward system. Pwede kang, ito masyado ng ano to eh, stars, stickers, points, or digital badges. Masyado ng, ano mo yung gamit na. Ganyan. So, think of something na reward system mo. Pwede kang ice cream cones. Okay, kapag may nagagawa siya, scoop, magdidikit ka ng scoop sa board mo. Pwede din yun. Okay, so, um, you can choose more. Kung malaki na, well, wala na problema, mabilis na lang yan if hindi na young learner. Pero pag young learner pa, okay, pwede kang gumawa ng yung puppets mo. Okay? So, pwedeng kapag nakakagawa siya ng very good things, yung puppet is magpapakita. Ganyan. At saka magiging funny ka. Only if magaling siya, magpapakita yung puppet. So, pwede yung ganun. Diba? It's to encourage the child na mag-participate more and ma-praise mo siya ng magandang ginawa niya. So, okay. So, paano ka ba magko-correct in online? Kasi may parents yan for sure. Paano mo siya i-correct? Paano mo yung student i-correct? Lalo na yung may parents na mga ano talaga, yung makikinig talaga sila sa'yo. So, how do you do it? Okay. So, for me, gentle pa rin kasi mga bata pa naman yan. Prone pa to mistakes. And for me, ang ginagawa ko is, how about you say it again? How about we say it again? Pero wag na wag mong sasabihin, you're wrong. No, that's not correct. Hindi mo pwedeng ganonin. Pwede mo lang sabihin, how about we try again? That's right, but how about, let's do it again. Okay, say it correctly. Mga gano'n na corrections. Are you sure? Kapag alam mong mali, are you sure? Pinapa-double check mo sa bata. Para pag sabihin niya na, yes, I'm sure. Can you do it again? How about, tas ililid mo siya into na para makuha niya yung tamang sagot. So, hindi mo siya ililigwak kagad. Kasi may parents and of course, kailangan positive pa rin yung pag-correct mo. And at the end, ito, importante din to. At the end of your lesson, hindi mo pwedeng yung ipapabaon mo sa bata, remember ka niya na pinagalitan mo siya or parang yung mali yung in-emphasize mo. Pwede mo sabihin at the end na um, you did great today. However, we need to practice more on this, particularly and articulation or yung pag-pronounce ng words correctly. And I know you can do it. Gaganunin mo, ipapositive mo, parang isa-sandwich method mo siya. Positive, negative, positive. So, sa sandwich method mo siya, and I know that you can do it again next time. Let's practice about it, okay? Or you can practice at home by saying the word build or by saying the word behavior. Mga ganun lang naman. Okay, so importante pa rin na yung pag-correct mo is gentle. So the seventh one is to involve the parents. So share what you thought and one activity the child can do at home. Yun, pwede kang magpa-take home sa kanya. How about we practice this at home? If you're listening, mommy or daddy, please help Cindy um, practice the word uh, build at home. Mga ganun. And ask them to prepare a small prop before class. Pero actually in online, no need. No need for this to ask them, 'di ba? Kasi usually wala naman tayong contact talaga sa kanila. Okay. So, here, be expressive, smile a lot, and use varied voice tones. Of course, pag sabihin natin, um, young, you use a pambata na boses or tono or voice like that. So, hello, mga ganyan. And then, if you're talking about old people, hello, how are you? Gaganon mo din. So, you can be creative in using voice tones, right? And you can also, ito, magandang pampa-encourage sa bata is to exaggerate your facial expressions. Huwag ka lang monotonous, huwag ka lang poker face. Okay? So, in order for them to fully understand what you're talking. So, end with a clear goodbye. Close with a goodbye song or countdown so they leave happy and ready to return. Give a short, fun preview of the next class. Next time, we'll meet my friend, Mr. Lion. Pwede ka rin magpa-teaser. Parang teaser siya sa next class mo. Okay, so also don't forget na i-end mo yung goodbye mo na iaasahan mo para naman aasahan mo sila sa next na let's say next time. Ganyan. So asahan mo sila na magre-re-enroll sila. So don't say na goodbye. I hope to see you na I hope I hope we'll see each other next time or parang hindi mo i-close na goodbye na to. We will not see each other again. Hindi po pwedeng sa ganunin. Asahan mo na mag-enroll pa sila. So, end it and then pwede ka mag-feedback sa parents. Yun. And then, sing a goodbye song na something na mareremember nila. Guys, ako sa pagbatang-bata, inaano ko, yung parang, see you later, alligator, ginaganon ko. Pero pag malalaki na, see you soon, see you next time, God bless you. Ganon lang yung kinakanta ko. And I'm very consistent with that kasi nare-remember. At pag palayo na ng palayo yung lesson na nare-remember nila. Okay, so I think that's all that I'm going to share to you. I hope, teacher, that you will do your best. I know kayang-kaya mo yan gawin yung mga bagay na sinabi ko regarding in entering the ESL job. Okay, I know that kaya nyo yan and let's make a difference whether online man yan or face-to-face. Let's make a difference as a teacher. So that's it for tonight. I'll hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.